What's up, strongest men, women, and children from blocks all around the world? I am my block's strongest man, and tonight I have a special guest for you, pro strongman Anthony San Lorenzo, better known as maybe the best nickname on all of Instagram, Muscles Marinara.
Ciao, homie.
Welcome back to My Block's Strongest Man, where we bring strongman into the mainstream by discussing all of the latest strongman events in the greatest analytic detail that you'll find anywhere on YouTube. If you haven't done so yet, subscribe to this channel. Make sure to comment below whether you agree or disagree with my videos. I love the engagement, and I respond to every single comment. Now on to today's topic. It was just like, again, you didn't see it, but to pick your brain. So they had a record breaker on, it was a 500-pound sandbag onto, I think it was a 48-inch pin, if I remember correctly. And basically, if you make it, there was a $1,000 payout. And the way it was set up is next year at Mammoth, even if that athlete who sets the record doesn't compete, but nobody else breaks it, you get paid again. Kind of perpetually until somebody beats it, which I think is a great idea. But like, I just feel like the weight was too much for a starting weight and nobody got it. But like, what do you think about trying to lift a 500-pound sandbag onto it?
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. At the previous gym I went to, we had a 400-pound sandbag. I didn't want to pick that one up either. So, yeah, I don't want to try a 500-pound sandbag. That sounds terrible. It's a lot of weight, man. That's a lot of weight. Up over 48 inches. Like, that sucks.
Yeah, I mean, just to tell you, Wes Claiborne and Trey Mitchell failed at it.
Yeah, and those guys are excellent stone lifters. So if there's anybody that was going to be in the position to do that, it would have been one of those guys. I'm sure they'll come back and get it. You know, I definitely think that, especially those two guys, have the ability for it. I don't want to try that. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, but if I'm not mistaken, I think Wes lapped it. Yeah, at least did lap it. Yeah,
dude, that's heavy. That's heavy. That's 5.
When I first heard about it, did you ever catch any of World's Strongest Man in History on the History Channel?
Yes, it is.
So I don't know if you saw the episode where they were in the bar and there was a sandbag lift, and right, and I think the legend was 480, and the four guys decided like that never happened. We're gonna try 400.
Yeah.
Right. And Nick Best and Oberst, I think, were able to pick it up and walk around with it, but Eddie was not. And then I'm thinking like, and that's 400. There's 100 pounds more than that. Like,
right. And they just had to pick it up and walk with it, right? They didn't have to load it over anything, which creates another level of difficulty, especially with something that heavy. So
yeah,
that's a lot of weight, man.
Hey, listen, I'm just glad a professional agrees with me. That's all.
Yeah, it's heavy. It's heavy.
Oh, cool. All right, so let's rewind a little bit. Tell me a little something interesting about your background, your roots, your upbringing that people would be interested in.
Oh, man. Well, I grew up in Jersey. I'm all Italian. I was in a punk rock band in high school.
Oh, nice.
What else? We already talked about I played lacrosse in high school. I went to Colorado State. I don't know. I'm just kind of listing facts about my life now.
No, that's cool. That's cool. I'll give you a little cue. So
sure.
Another question I had was about strongman eating, and I think a lot of non-strength athletes don't appreciate the amount of eating there is. And I was going to ask you, like, is it at this point a chore for you, or has it kind of come naturally? Or option 3, is it easy because it's just another Italian meal?
Dude, I'm Italian. I could eat all day. Like, that's the problem. I have to try to keep my weight down so I can cut to 231. Like, when I'm not like actively kind of dieting for a contest, and if I eat whatever, my weight just skyrockets. You know, I'll get up to 260 and then hate myself.
Oh, really?
and then have to be like, all right, we're gonna rein it in a little bit. But yeah, I usually walk around about 250. But yeah, it's not a chore for me at all. It's the opposite problem. I could keep going.
Yeah, I mean, I have the same heritage, so I know how it is. Like, when I visit my family in Italy, they literally like make you eat all day long. You know, to the point where I have to walk away.
Right. I mean, Christmas Eve is 3 kind of sit downs, right? You sit down, you have pasta first, then you have the main course, then you come sit down for dessert, which is a whole spread. So yeah, I mean, the eating is not a problem for me, but I don't feel like I have the height or the frame to be a heavyweight guy. I feel like I'm kind of where I should be as a middleweight. I just gotta get my diet in control, man. The problem is I like everything.
Oh yeah, same here.
like I like good stuff. I like steak and chicken, vegetables and all that, but like I also like ice cream, you know?
Yeah. I've never been a big sushi guy. How about you?
Oh, I love sushi.
Yeah?
Yeah. We went to this all you can eat sushi place here in Colorado. There were probably like 20 guys from the strongman community. And the people at the restaurant came by and they took the soy sauce off the table because they were kicking us out. They were like, "You guys had enough. You're gonna eat us out of house and home here. You gotta." So they like we had kept ordering and we were kept like, "Where's our next? Where's our next order? Where's our next platters coming?" And they never show up. And then they just came and take the soy sauce off the table. So yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, they don't understand. Like, you got to tell them, I'm used to eating chicken parm this big, like you got to feed me.
I know. But yeah, there was a lot of like big guys there too. So I think that we were eating too much for an all you can eat place, But yeah, it was fun.
That's funny. So like a lot of other strongmen, like, do you have a quote unquote day job, or are you totally focused on training at this point?
That's a good question. So due to COVID, I got laid off back in September.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
That's okay. I used to work in telecom. I worked in the sales department in telecom. So I've been looking for a new job. I definitely have that, 9 to 5 job generally. But the past couple of months, I haven't. And, maybe that's why I did so well at Nationals, because I got laid off in September and I just had, that whole month to concentrate on nothing but the contest. Okay. So there is a silver lining. And I did get the pro card because of that. But, now that I've been unemployed for a little while, I'm kind of ready to get back to work.
Itching to get back?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah. I mean, even guys that like, I know Jerry Pritchett still works full time. He's a fabricator, right? Like a metal fabricator. Yeah. So
I think like a lot of middleweight guys have, 9 to 5 jobs. There isn't money in it like the way there is for the bigger guys. And even with the bigger guys, there's not many that it's really their full-time job. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I just think that's a shame. I'm trying to bring all of you more attention because, like, you should be mainstream. That. Yeah, you should be mainstream. I mean, David Waters, the promoter for Mammoth, actually, they interviewed him. Garage Gym Life Media interviewed him before the contest. And he said, just think about it this way. Like, in no other sport can you objectively say who the best is. So some people think Jordan's the best, some think LeBron, but there's an argument to be made. When you're lifting a weight, like, the strongest is the strongest. And it's saying a lot to say I'm the strongest of all of these people, so you should be more popular. You know what I mean? It's a wonderful thing,
Yeah. I mean, weightlifting is a lot more, quantitative, right? If you lift 1 more pound, you are stronger, right? It's a little easier to measure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, like the other day, when was it? Yesterday morning, I interviewed Donna Moore. Like, there's people that don't know Donna Moore. I'm like, what are you out of here?
How do you not know her?
How do you not know Donna Moore?
One of the strongest women probably to ever live, Yeah.
I interviewed Jessica Fithen, and she called Donna Moore the strongest woman of all time.
Yeah, so. I can see that. I'd agree with that. And Jessica Fithen is no slouch. So if she's saying,
No, I mean, like, first of all, this whole community is very nice people and all very supportive of each other, much more than any other sport. So I'm not kind of surprised that Donna said this, but I asked her, I said, so Jessica called you the strongest of all time. Like, let's say you're in the top 5, who's there with you? And she named Jessica, of course.
Yeah. I would agree with that too. Yeah. She's really strong. She's really cool too. She's really fun to hang out with.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I did a long interview with her. I had to break it up into 5 parts because there was just so much good knowledge in there.
Wow.
Yeah, parts 1 and 2 are out so far if you want to check them out.
I saw the link. I was going to check those out after this. I saw on your Instagram that you posted that.
Yeah.
Check that out.
Yeah, it's but it's interesting. Like, I would say, so if I asked you, like, what's the best thing you like about the sport? Most people say it's like the camaraderie. Would you agree with that, or do you have a different take?
Yeah, I mean, it's a community of people that are misunderstood by their friends and family. So we kind of find solace in each other. And I've made some of the best friends in my life from Strongman. It's a great community. It's a really cool community of people, and going to these contests, you kind of see a lot of the same faces year after year, and you kind of develop relationships with people. And that's definitely one of the things that I enjoy about the sport is that community and the camaraderie and the friends that I've made.
Yeah. I mean, you can see it from the outside looking in as well. It's everybody, even if you're competing, they're just very supportive of each other. It's really cool. You just don't see that a lot of other places. So Who would you say is kind of like your favorite person that you've competed against?
I've competed against. What do you mean by favorite? Like somebody I've become friends with? Or
Yeah, like somebody like, hey, if you see he's going to be at Clash at the Coast, and you say, oh, that guy, I'd love to see him.
Yeah. I've developed a really good friendship with Anthony Deal over the years. He's a really good guy. Anthony Furman, all the Anthonys. We take a picture together whenever we meet each other. Me, Anthony Deal, Anthony Furman, and Anthony Pernice.
That's funny.
Yeah, so I guess because we're all Anthony, I've kind of developed friendships with these guys over the years. Who else? Garrett Payne out of Texas. He was just up here, the Quadtimidator on Instagram. I love that guy's Instagram name. He was just competing at a show at Blacklist last weekend. I met him at Nationals, and we keep in touch on Instagram. I've developed a friendship with him. Andy Triana is a really nice guy, really knowledgeable, really smart. I said earlier, Terry Rady's my coach. I've developed a friendship with him. So there's some really cool people that I've met in the sport that have become good friends of mine.
Yeah, I gotta check out all those guys. I know what you mean about the Anthonys because I'm John, right? It's like the most common name, and my I'll tell you my last name off the air. It's like super common in Italy too. It's like like Tom Smith in the U.S. So
Sure.
There's three of us just in the immediate family. So I get where you're coming from there.
Yeah.
So if you had to pick anybody past or present that you've never competed against that you'd love to compete against, retired, whatever, who would it be?
Well, I'm going to compete against him at Clash on the Coast. Sean DeMarinis, he's a 4-time America's Strongest Man at 105K. Wow. Arguably one of the best to ever do it. So I'm just excited to see, what he can do and how he's going to perform in a contest. I've never met him, so if he hears this, I apologize, Sean, but looking forward to competing against you.
Nothing wrong with that. You're not saying anything bad.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, cool. Good answer. So kind of shifting gears a little bit, injury talk. Have you ever had a serious injury that you had to overcome? And I think people, would gain a lot of inspiration by hearing a story about overcoming an injury, adversity of some kind, so that they can kind of apply that to their own lives.
Sure. I have a herniated disc at L5S1, degenerative disc disease there. So I've seen it on an x-ray. That disc is about half the size of the other ones.
Wow.
It's something that I don't want to say hurts daily, but it's just something that I need to be aware of, especially, being a competitive lifter. So doing your recovery work is essential. It's really a 3-pronged system for success. It's training, diet, and recovery. If you're not doing your recovery right, you're not going to heal. You're not going to get stronger. You're not going to get better. So just being aware of your injuries. I have a back injury that I just need to be aware of. I can't push things too far from time to time. I try to not push it in training. And if I'm in a contest, then it's what we got to do. It's what we got to do. But, just being smart about your training and being smart about your recovery. I got things that hurt all the time, man. What else? I tore my adductor at 2018 Nationals on Atlas stones. I had a video of it. You can hear it like pop.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. So that one wasn't good. Besides that, man, nothing like real serious. I've never torn a bicep. Never had like a surgery or anything like that. But, it's just things to be aware of, just training smart and trying to avoid those injuries, and just it's the long game. You want to play the long game, and that's kind of the way I look at it.
Yeah, I mean, for going through all those things, you're a really positive guy. So I think that's kind of inspiring for people. Positive, happy guy. So that's great. I think fans don't always get how much strategy is involved in strongman. It's not just, correct me if I'm wrong, it's not just go out there and lift as much as you can on every event. There's strategy involved in saving yourself and so forth. You want to go into that a little bit, that mentality?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a chess game. At the local level where you're competing against less people, and at a contest where maybe like Clash on the Coast, you're competing against less people, that becomes more apparent. At like a nationals level contest where there's 50-something people, you really just have to do the best you possibly can. But once the field kind of thins out and you're competing against less people, you can look at the scores, see what you need to do to beat somebody else, and play to that score. Like, for example, on a deadlift, let's say one guy gets 5, you need to get 6, but you could get 10. Why blow your whole load getting 10 when you just need the 1 rep to beat them? So it's about understanding where other people are in the scores, what you need to do to get the points you need to win. It's not blowing your whole load on every event. It's doing what you need to do to get the points you need to win the contest.
Yeah, I mean, I think Eddie Hall famously did that at 2017 World's Strongest Man with the Viking press, right? Like, he knew what he needed, and that's what he did, and the chaos ensued, right?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes, you're absolutely right. It's doing what you have to do to get the points you need.
Yep. Speaking of Eddie Hall, you were talking about recovery. Do you have like 17 pieces of recovery equipment all around your house like he does? Cryo chambers and whatnot?
Oh, man, I can't afford cryo chambers in the house. I do go to a chiropractor, the Movement Project here in Denver. Dr. Craig, he takes care of me. He has a cryo chamber in there that I use pretty regularly. Chiropractic adjustments, dry needling. I have an inversion table in my garage. I have a friend of mine, Selena Vega. She does soft tissue work, so I'll go over there and get, massage therapy. So it's just about keeping on top of it. And the harder you train, the better you really need to recover. So, I try to kind of use the resources available to me to do the best job that I can.
Awesome. Definitely shoot me over all that information. I'm happy to promote everybody that you use there.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, for sure. So what is dry needling? I'm not familiar.
It's when they take a needle and they shove it in your muscle and they shoot an electrical current through it.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Yeah, I've never seen that done. Yeah, I thought the cool hip new thing was cupping.
Cupping. I've done cupping. Selena does cupping for me. You've named it at this point. I've tried. I have a stim kit at home. I have a hypervolt at home that I use daily. Just sitting around watching TV. I'll massage my quads out. Rolling your feet out before you lift with a lacrosse ball is something I do very, very regularly. Or just same thing, like just sitting at home watching TV, just kind of put that lacrosse ball into your foot and kind of roll that around. But just kind of stay loose. And sometimes my girlfriend will talk me into doing yoga with her. I was better about it about a month ago, but I kind of stopped.
Yoga's awesome, man. I'm with her on that one. Yoga's awesome.
No, it is. It's great. I should be doing it more, but I just don't.
It's funny, the way I got into it, I just used to have back pain every morning. And like part of it was, I think, dehydration. I just kind of wasn't drinking enough water. But I got into it because of the wrestler DDP. I don't know if you've ever heard of him, Diamond Dallas Page.
Yep. Yeah. Back, and he did that whole back rehab yoga program.
Yep. Yeah. He had the whole thing where his wife at the time told him do yoga, and he's like, "That's for chicks. I'm not doing that." And she's like, "All right, lay in bed then." Sure. And but so I started doing it with that. I'm like super more flexible than I used to be. It
did it help? I mean, does your back feel better?
My back doesn't hurt anymore at all.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. I have seen that program. Maybe I should give that a go. I mean, I've got a bad disc. So it's something I need to be aware of. So maybe I'll give that a try.
Yeah, for sure. My back only hurts now when I deadlift.
Okay.
I learned a whole ton of great stuff from you, great training tips, stuff about your background, your kind of rise through the ranks, a lot of wonderful stuff. So I think we'll wrap it up now. What I love to do at the end is kind of give you a chance to tell people how they can follow you, anything you like to promote. I don't know if you're sponsored, but anything you want to share or promote, feel free.
You can follow me on Instagram at _muscles Marinara. I'm sponsored by Cerberus Strength and bulk supplements. Cerberus Strength, they got excellent lifting equipment, wrist wraps, belts, stuff like that. And then bulk supplements, you can get really inexpensive, really affordable supplements from their website. Blacklist is a great gym here in Denver, started by my friend Tanner Manthe. She's the only pro female in the state. Check out Clash on the Coast. It's going to be a really cool show. Definitely want to help promote that. That's it, I think. Awesome.
Yeah, great stuff. A lot of great stuff. Awesome. So I really appreciate you jumping on. I had a wonderful time, and maybe we catch up again after Clash at the Coast.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Anthony. I appreciate it, and we'll talk again soon.
Thank you so much.
So if you like this video and haven't done so yet, please consider subscribing using that button right there. And also stay tuned for some other videos that you might love blooping up right there. This one is the one that YouTube thinks that you will like the best, and this one is the one that I think you will like the best. As always, share this with everyone, and until next time, ciao, homie.